that chapter. Okay. So in the coal and petroleum chapter, we did saw about that there are different type of resources. One is a natural resource, one is a man-made resource, right? Okay. And further we saw that there is exhaustible and inexhaustible resources also. Getting it now? Then we see that like fuels can be in both in all the three states. It could be liquid, solid, and gaseous state, right?
Yes, sir.
And when then we studied what basically is a fuel. Anything that you burn to obtain heat can be considered as a fuel, right? And
Yes, sir.
fuel should be like there are some fuels which gives a flame when they burn, yeah, and some fuels do not give a flame when they are burnt. Why is it so?
Yes, sir.
Why
So because they're
why is it so?
inflammable substances.
Inflammable substances also, if you were to burn any fuel and if it releases vapors, then it will give a flame. Huh?
Yes, sir.
So for example, if you were to have let's say charcoal, huh? When you burn charcoal, it does not give flame, right? Now
Yes,
why?
sir.
Because it does not releases vapors. तो vapors release नहीं करता है. Getting it now? But you when you burn like candle, so there vapors of candles start coming out, hence it gives a flame. So on that basis also we saw that there are two types of fuels, one that will give a flame and one that will not give a flame.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Then we studied like why do we need fossil fuels? Basically for a variety of purposes it is required, for like transportation, for cooking, for heating, for production of electricity. Earlier it was used in steam engines, right? Like the coal was used in the steam engines. For a variety of purposes we use that. Okay. And we did talked about coal also, and by
Yes,
the
sir.
destructive distillation of coals we were obtaining several products. Uh, so what were the products we obtained by the destructive distillation of coal? Can you name some of them?
Also, coke, coal tar, coal
Hmm?
gas, ammonium liquor.
Ammonical
Yes.
liquid. Very good. Ammonical liquid. Also I told you like coal की mining हम करते हैं. There are two types of minings. Usually there are 4 or 5 types of mining, but coal की mining के लिए हमारे पास 2 type के minings होते हैं. One that is a surface mining. Okay, now that is a surface mining, and one that is a underground mining like this.
Yes, sir.
Under
Shaft mining.
exactly, that is also called as shaft mining. Okay, so depending upon where the coal beds are available, so on that basis we would be mining that. Right now, we also studied like coal has got some constituents. Coal के भी कुछ composition होंगे. Right now, for example, what are the composition of coal? Like there is
Uh,
hydrogen in coal now,
carbon, sir.
carbon,
Carbon.
carbon. Mhm. Carbon is there, hydrogen is there, oxygen is also there, some amount of
Yes, sir.
sulfur is also present, and some amount of chlorine is also found, right now.
Yes, sir.
And out of the different varieties of coal, like we have peat, we have lignite, huh? We have
Bituminous
bituminous or
and
subbituminous
anthracite.
and anthracites. So which one
Yes, sir.
is the coal having which is the best coal?
Anthracite.
Anthracite, and the peat is the
Lowest quality of coal.
poorest quality of coal, right? Okay. Also, we did the destructive distillation also. Basically, this is the process where in the absence of air, coal will be heated at a very high temperature, right?
Yes, sir.
So thereby you would be obtaining different substances. Okay, na? And we have got use of every substances here, right?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
some of the important ones are coke. See this coke over here. So I showed you guys this image over here as well. That coke is actually porous in nature and it is tough and black.
Yes,
Okay,
sir. It
there are
is.
some.
It
Mhm.
consists of 98% of carbon.
Exactly. There's a high percentage of carbon in it.
Yes, sir.
So it will be used in for different purposes. Talking about the use of coke, I did told you. It is used where?
Yes, sir.
In the steel industries.
Yes, sir.
Right now,
Steel industries.
steel
Earlier
can
it was used
manufacturing.
in
Mhm.
steam engines.
Basically, whether you say coke or whether you know, earlier like simply coals were used. Right now,
Yes, sir.
basically coals were used. Okay, coals of good quality were used in the steam engines. So
Hmm.
in the in obtaining steel, we will be using it right now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Also, while we are obtaining coke now, while you are processing the coal to get coke, in that process we are getting coal gas also. जब
Yes,
हम
sir.
कोल से कोक ऑब्टेन कर रहे होते हैं, एट दैट मोमेंट यहाँ पर कोल गैस भी निकल रहा होता है. गेटिंग इट ना?
Yes, sir.
So in that process you are getting coke, coal gas as well. Earlier, like in street lights, it was used. पहले कोल
Yes, sir.
गैस हम यूज करते थे स्ट्रीट लाइट में फर्स्ट टाइम लंदन में यूज हुआ था ये इन द ईयर
Hmm.
1810. ओके ना?
Yes, sir.
देन न्यूयॉर्क में भी ये यूज होने लगा बाय द ईयर 1820, right? But
Yes, sir.
nowadays it is just used to get heat. It is
Hmm.
no longer used as a source of light. Okay na?
Yes, sir.
Then we had coal tar also. So coal tar is a black thick liquid which has got a very unpleasant smell. Okay,
Hmm.
constituents
Yes, sir.
इसमें almost 200 substances पाए जाते हैं in this coal tar,
Yes, sir.
and it will be used for a variety of purposes. For example, manufacturing drugs, explosives, naphthalene balls, perfume, synthetic dyes, and etc. etc. And photographic materials also. Remember that is important. Photographic
Yes,
materials.
sir.
Okay. Now earlier it was used for melting the roads also, but अभी replace करके हम bitumen use करते हैं. See,
Yes, sir.
earlier people were using the coal tar for metalling the roads also. Okay ना?
Hmm.
रोड को metal manufacture करने में. But now bitumen, which is obtained from petroleum, which is a petroleum product, so that is
Yes, sir.
now used for the purpose, right now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So coal tar is a black thick liquid. Then we have the coal gas also. Okay, now
Yes, sir.
have a look at this image. What does this shows here? What are we doing here? Initially हमने क्या किया है? क्या heat किया हमने?
We take powdered coal and when we heat it, the coal gas is released.
Hmm.
And yeah, and also when we heat it, also coal tar is produced.
Not heated. Basically, when you will allow the coal gas to pass through water, no, so
Hmm.
thereby coal tar will be produced.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
no, understand this thing how coal tar is being obtained. Is
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Mo, assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Alaikum sir, I'm fine.
Okay. Yeah, Mo, please try to join the class at the given
Yes,
time. Okay, na? Huh.
yes, sir.
Okay, so coal tar will be obtained when coal gas passes through this water. जब ये water के through pass कर रहा है coal gas, then coal tar is obtained. ठीक है? coal
Yes,
tar
sir.
के ऊपर हमें जो accumulate होता है उसे हम ammonical liquor कहते हैं.
Yes,
Okay
sir.
ना? इसके ऊपर ammonical liquor, ammonical liquor is obtained. That is NH4OH, I think. Yeah, NH4OH
Yes, sir.
होता है ये formula. All right, then we did saw. Now we are going to talk about what are hydrocarbons now. Hydrocarbons अब क्या होते हैं? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So Moz, you also haven't missed many things. I was just revising what we discussed so far. So try to connect from here. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So those substances that are made up of only carbon and hydrogen, उसे हम hydrocarbons कहते हैं. For example, CH4, that is methane.
Yes, sir.
Methane. Okay, na? Then you take example of CH3 also. No, not CH3, not CH3. Take example
Sir,
of
CH3 is what
C2H6.
chemical?
C2H6.
Sir,
Yeah.
CH3 is what chemical?
CH3 basically will not be formed. It will not be a stable compound. Okay, na?
Okay, sir.
CH3 जब form होगा, then thereby it will not be a stable compound, because you know that carbon has got four lone pairs. You will study that in class 9. By you will understand कि carbon के पास four requirement होती है. Okay ना?
Yes, sir.
Although CH3 form होता है, but carbon stable तब होगा when it will be binding with four hydrogen atoms, right?
Yes, sir.
Anyways, CH3 you will understand in class 9, it is called as methyl actually. So methyl कहते
Yes,
हैं.
sir.
ओके ना। तो बेसिकली मिथाइल हम ऑब्टेन करते हैं मीथेन से,
Yes, sir.
मीथेन से हम ऑब्टेन करते हैं, वी ऑब्टेन मिथाइल फ्रॉम मीथेन। So C2H6, so these are some of the compounds, okay na.
Yes, sir.
For example, this is ethane, methane, ethane, propane, butane. Like this, you will be having so many compounds that will consist of only carbon and hydrogen. Huh? So hydro means for hydro for hydrogen,
Hydrogen.
carbon for simply carbon. So
Yes,
thereby
sir.
it is hydrocarbon. The substances that consist of only carbon and hydrogen, right? So methane, butane, hexane are hydrocarbons, and these are produced when fossil fuels are burned. All right, is that clear? So
Yes,
that's it.
sir.
You guys need to know about hydrocarbons. Okay, हमारे body में भी hydrocarbons पाए जाते हैं. Okay ना?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. Now moving on, like what will happen if all the coal reserves were to get depleted on Earth? Hmm. We know that coal is the major source of energy production here on Earth. We would be using it for industrial purposes, for domestic purposes also. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
So not just for burning, but coal is used for several other products also. हाँ, coal other products भी हम obtain करते हैं coal से. For example, when you see, like we are obtaining coke from coal now. कोल के
Yes, sir.
डिस्ट्रक्टिव डिस्टिलेशन से हमें कोक मिल रहा है, वी आर गेटिंग कोल तार, वी आर गेटिंग कोल गैस, राइट.
Yes, sir.
So those byproducts also have its own uses, right now.
Yes, sir.
Also this chart over here, everyone needs to remember this, huh? Because this is
Yes, sir.
very important, and questions from this is asked sometimes. Now there will be a question like, which is a black thick liquid byproduct obtained by the destructive distillation of coal? So your answer would be
Volta.
coal tar, obviously, right now.
Yes, sir.
So do remember that also. So the simple thing is that what will happen if the coal reserves get depleted? Hmm. Basically, it will be becoming very difficult for us to produce energy. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Although we have got alternate sources of energy, but that does not produces that much of amount of energy.
Yes, sir.
I'm not talking right now. I'm not talking about nuclear energy. That is a complete different discussion. Although that is a
Yes,
source
sir.
of energy, but for our domestic uses, for industrial uses, we won't be using that. Okay, no?
Yes, sir.
Because the technology to harness energy from nuclear fusion is expensive, and not everyone can afford it. Okay. Also,
Yes,
like
sir.
you would be, if you are interested, you can study about Tesla coil also. Anyone heard of a Tesla coil?
No, sir.
Tesla के बारे में नहीं सुना आप लोगों ने? Yeah, Moz,
No, sir.
have you heard of Tesla coil? You see, there was a
No, sir.
Nikola Tesla was a
Oh, Nikola
scientist.
Tesla. Yes, sir.
Nikola Tesla. Okay ना, so he
Yeah.
basically designed the Tesla coil ना. इन्होंने Tesla coil design किया था basically.
Yes, sir. Sir, he also discovered direct and indirect currents, which are used in electric bulbs made by Thomas Edison.
हाँ हाँ, right. So he was another kind of genius. Huh?
Yes, sir.
During his time, na, like he was one of the most prominent scientists of this time, and at that time he was so many there were so many critics of him. बहुत लोगों ने इन्हें criticize किया था, right now.
Yes, sir.
So he basically gave the idea of Tesla coil also. And what is a Tesla coil? ये basically क्या होता है ना? You might have seen in videos like there's a coil like this, and there will be charges emanating out of it like this.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no? So it was kind of a transformer circuit tha ye basically. Okay, na?
Yes, sir.
It was a transformer circuit which was invented by Nikola Tesla, and it was somewhere around 1890s में उन्होंने इसे discover invent किया था. Okay,
Yes,
na?
sir.
So basically on the Tesla coil is now used to produce high voltage. Okay, high
Yes, sir.
voltage produce करने के लिए से हम use करते हैं, right? And AC currents की हम बात करें, not the DC currents.
Yes, sir.
Direct current DC batteries आती है ना, you have the DC battery.
Hmm.
While the current that is coming to our home by the power line, that is alternating current जिसे हम AC current कहते हैं.
Yes, sir.
Okay ना, हाँ, more in class 9 you will understand what is the difference about DC and AC current. Okay, anyways, let's get back to the question. Yeah, let's get back to the topic. What would happen if the coal lasers were to get exhausted? Simple thing is that our most of energy needs are dependent upon coal, right now.
Yes, sir.
So hence that will be impacted, right, Moaz? Arham?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So since our most of energy needs basically electricity comes from coal, thereby our needs will be impacted. So thereby we need to use coal in a efficient manner, right now,
Yes, sir.
in an efficient manner and in a sustainable manner. Sustainable manner that using resources in such a manner that our current needs are also met and it can be preserved for upcoming generations also. But you know, the reality is that no matter how slow you use the coal, like after 50 years or after, let's say, if you were to have a very good sustainable approach, even then after 100 years, I think almost all the coal resources will be depleted, right?
Yes, sir.
We know why, because the process of formation of coal, the coal that we dug out from the earth, right now, that has started almost 300 million years ago. We processed 300 million years पहले शुरू हुआ था. Getting it,
Yes, sir.
Amos, Arham. So thereby, even
Yes,
if you were to have a sustainable approach, even then it will be impacted. Yeah, Ahmed, Assalamu alaikum, how are you? All right now. So that is the thing.
Yes, sir.
Now, what are the substances released on burning of coal? These are the substances. Okay, now, at least remember some of them. Carbon
Yes, sir.
dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen, lead, arsenic, and mercury. Okay?
Yes, sir.
That is CO2, that is capital C, capital O, that is SO2, N2, lead, that is Pb, arsenic, and mercury.
Yes, sir.
Okay, ना? Sorry, Hg, mercury. ये कुछ these are some of the substances that are released when coal is burned. At least to remember some of them. Okay, who tell me, like, SO2 is responsible for what?
Sir, acid
Acid
rain.
to acid rain, very good. Yes, Ahmed? Okay. And carbon monoxide, it is, what is the nature of carbon monoxide? It is
Um,
toxic in nature.
yes, sir. It's toxic.
Okay. Also कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड के प्रोडक्शन से भी सफोकेशन होता है.
It combines with
Suffocation.
hemoglobin to make carboxyhemoglobin.
Carboxyhemoglobin, very good. And oxygen combines with hemoglobin to form
Oxyglobin.
oxy
Oxyhemoglobin.
oxyhemoglobin, right? Okay, do remember that. Also, I suppose you guys are taking screenshots or writing these points somewhere.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
If not, that is not the correct approach. Now it's time to take some questions over here. So, okay, how about everyone attempt these questions and answer in the chat box? Okay, na?
Oh, yes, sir.
So no need to write the full word or sentences. Just write option numbers. Let me write the question number. Question number 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. In under 1 or 2 minutes, just answer all of these questions because or
Yes,
be
sir.
questions heavy. Okay, na? Be quick on this. Answer all of them at once. Thereby, I will have convenience in checking it.
Okay, sir.
Okay, na? All of you. Okay, by the way, you guys can skip question number 2 since we haven't discussed that question right now. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Uh, later on, when we would discuss petrol, then we will discuss this question.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Both the answers
Done,
are
sir.
correct. Both one you have answered. Mhm. Okay. All three are correct. Yeah, Moaz, Ahmed, what about you guys? Done? Also, all of you turn your cameras on in the class. None of you have turned cameras on in the class. Huh?
Yes, sir.
It does not feel like you guys are sitting in the class then. Come on, be quick. It's already 3 minutes. 3 minutes have already passed. Hmm?
I'm done.
Done? You are not required to send it in the chat box.
Oh, okay, sir.
Uh-huh. Okay, now. Make sure you check the ID on which you are sending. Okay, not on my full name. Okay, na. Okay, that one is correct, Ahmed. No need to write the full word now. Just write the option number. Okay, shift up option number. Likho. Don't do that much of. Don't waste that much of time here. Also, while these guys are answering, Arham, you tell me which country is the largest producer of gold?
Sir, USA.
USA. Good.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In India, which states are the one of the which states are the producers of coal?
Jharia in Jharkhand, Odisha,
Jharkhand, Jharkhand.
Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, and Madhya
Hmm.
Pradesh.
Very good. Very good. Okay. Also, Kolar gold films, Kolar gold fields. Huh?
Hmm.
Kolar gold fields. राइट ना
Karnataka.
कर्नाटका में है ये भी कोल्स के फील्ड्स हुआ करते थे राइट ना
Yes, sir.
ओके एंड दैट इज yeah Ahmed all the answers are correct very good yeah Moaz be quick now
Yes, sir.
guys
I'm writing.
okay no need to write the words लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है सिर्फ options आप लिखो
Okay,
okay
sir.
shall I move ahead then
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
there are some more questions okay now guys 5 6 7 okay all the questions are related to coal so hence all of you have to answer it
Yes,
okay
sir.
Ahmed also mentioned the numbers okay now, like you're
Oh,
answering okay by the way I got this like you're answering for the first one okay let me check Mo's answer so I will just skip for 1 minute okay so look here for question number 1 now Look, although natural gas we will study it later on. Okay, now ये petrol का part है. Okay, but natural gas is a non-renewable resource. All of you. For those who have answered as renewable, the non-renewable is the correct answer. Okay. Fossil
Yes,
fuels
sir.
are formed naturally. That is correct. All of you have answered this one. Coke is obtained from destructive
Destructive
distillation
distillation of
of
coal.
coal. Right now. So look
Yes,
over
sir.
here. That was we did discuss that several times. So I think I have repeated that almost 2 times. Like coal is obtained via the process of destructive distillation. Coke की हम बात करें, हाँ. Coke is obtained from the destructive distillation of coal now. Right?
Yes, sir.
हाँ. Keep this picture in your mind. ये picture आपके mind में होना चाहिए. See, the coke is obtained here. The process is destructive distillation.
Yes, sir.
So these are basic things. This happens like when you guys don't revise the concepts after the class. ये तभी होता है. Okay, now let me check the answers of you guys. So Ahmed, why it's not turning off? Five. Look, everyone pay attention to this fundamental thing that, like, the classification of coal which we studied. It was on
Yes, sir.
what basis? Remember that. On what basis I have told you guys, on what basis we have divided different type of coals like the peat, lignite, anthracite, bituminous.
Yes,
इनको
sir.
किस basis पे हमने differentiate किया है? So be careful while you answer that question. Okay, Arham, for question number 6 you have answer. That is correct. Be careful when you answer question number 7. हाँ, ये बहुत बच्चों को कंफ्यूज करेगा ये क्वेश्चन. Okay. Boss, I haven't got any answer from you. Send them.
Yes, sir, I'm doing.
Okay.
Sir, I've sent out.
Question number 8 you have sent. Yeah, that is correct. Question number 7 में सबने गलती की है. Question number 6, what you have answered? Okay, 6. B, that is correct. All your answers are correct, Arham, except for question number 7. Read the question
Okay,
again.
sir.
Read the questions again and look at the options carefully.
Sir, I was confused between either of the two.
Okay. No worries. Yeah, and let me check your answer as well. Ahmed, आपने आंसर किया question number 8. हाँ, that is good, correct. Question number 7, you have answered. No, you have again done the same mistake. You have again ticked the same option as Arham has ticked. And I'm at question number 6, you are answering. See, Ahmed, you have done 2 mistakes over here. Question number 6 and 7. You have answered them incorrectly. Read the questions. Read the question number 6 again. Like we are heating coal now, so how we would be getting petrol? Yeah,
Yes, sir.
how come we would be getting petrol? Obviously, option A is not the correct answer here.
So,
Okay,
for question number 6, right?
question number 6. Moaz, I'm still waiting for your answer. Please be quick.
Yes, sir, I'm right.
No need to write the options. Full options लिखने की बिल्कुल भी जरूरत नहीं है.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Okay, meanwhile, Moaz is answering. You guys can answer some questions to me, right?
Yes, sir.
Do tell me, what are the characteristics and use of Coke? Coke के क्या characteristics होते हैं? क्या use होता है Coke का?
It is
COKE.
used for um, it is used for heating of the furnaces in steel industries. It is used for the extraction of metal from the ores,
Okay.
and it is also used to produce nitrogen gas and water gas.
Good, good. Now you, Ahmed, what are the uses of Coke? COKE, Coke. Coke के क्या uses हैं? हाँ, COKE. In destructive distillation, we obtain Coke now. So what are the uses of Coke?
Um,
Yeah. Yes, what are the uses of Coke? Okay, Ahmed, आपने answer कर लिया ये questions? Let me check that again.
yes, I have.
Okay, no, actually I was referring to Moaz. Yeah, Moaz. So question number 5, you have answered as that. No, question number 5 is wrong. Question number 6 is, that is correct. Question number 7 is, that is correct. Question number 8 is also correct. But question number 5 आपने गलत कर दिया है. Moaz,
Yes,
C.
okay.
Such resources which can be continually replenished. Huh? You keep on using it, you can recharge its resources. You can recharge it. एक तरफ से हम यूज कर रहे हैं, एक तरफ से वो रिचार्ज हो रहा है. Basically, replenish means that whatever is lost, it's being recovered. So that is basically inexhaustible. You कभी exhaust नहीं होता हो. Like the sunlight, like the air, water, right? Then a thick black liquid की हम बात करें, black liquid की बात करें, formed by heating coal in the absence of air. So coal को हमने क्या किया? We have heated it in the absence of air. हमने absence of air में coal को भी heat किया है. हमें directly अभी coal tar नहीं मिला है. हमने अभी absence में heat किया. Then from this coal gas is coming out. Then coal gas was made to pass through the water and then coal tar was obtained. But initially हमने coal को absence of air में heat किया था. So coal tar is the correct option. Try to understand the language of the question. Fossil fuels are obviously no this question. Coal is classified according to its carbon content. Now हमने peat के बारे में पढ़ा था.
Yes, sir.
We did talked about lignite. We did talked about bituminous and subbituminous. We did talked about anthracite. So ये कार्बन कंटेंट के बेसिस पे हमने पढ़ा कि एंथ्रासाइट में सबसे ज्यादा कार्बन होता है. Right? What is absent in coal? Sulfur is present, nitrogen is present, oxygen is present, and phosphorus is present. Okay, na?
Yes, sir.
Also, moments ago I did pose one question. Now all of you can answer this. Like Arham has mentioned some points. Like coke के क्या uses हैं? What are the uses of the coke? So first of all, coke is almost 90% carbon. 90 to 98% carbon होता है इसमें. It is used to produce steel manufacturing में use हम करते हैं.
Yes, sir.
Normally हम इसे स्टोव में भी यूज करते हैं. Like
Yes, sir. To heat up the furnaces.
exactly. Also in blacksmithing. Blacksmithing is what? एक blacksmith होता है, एक goldsmith होता है.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
So
Those are two
blacksmith
different purposes.
molds the iron and steel stuff.
Exactly. Right ना? Furnaces में हम use करेंगे.
Yes, sir.
So sometimes it would be preferred over coal because it produces very little amount of smoke. बहुत ही
Yes,
कम
sir.
धुआं प्रोड्यूस करता है ये. Why? Because high carbon content है इसमें. Okay.
Yes, sir.
ब्लास्ट फर्नेस में हम आयरन के प्रोडक्शन में भी यूज करते हैं. राइट ना? आयरन
Yes,
के
sir.
हमें हीट करना होता है. देयर आल्सो वी यूज इट. Okay. So these are some of the uses of the coke. Do remember that. Now moving on. Now we are going to talk about petrol. Basically petroleum. Anyone would like to say a few things about petrol? What is petroleum? How it is formed? Yeah. First of all, petroleum
Petroleum is
होता क्या है?
also petroleum is a fossil fuel. It is inexhaustible.
It is inexhaustible
Yes, sir.
or
No, no, sir.
exhaustible.
Exhaustible. Sorry.
Exhaustible. Right?
It's not renewable.
It's non-renewable. Very good. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Here, Moaz, Ahmed, you guys would like to add some points about petroleum? At least one point I think everyone can add here. Yeah. Yes.
Yes, sir. To make
Add
petrol,
few points. Yes.
it is used to make petrol.
And
And fuel to and machines. It's a fuel to a machine.
like these are some general things we know about petrol right now. Talking about like formation, just like coal was formed for the remains of plants now, right?
Yes, sir.
लेकिन हम पेट्रोलियम की बात करते हैं तो पेट्रोलियम will be formed from the
Vegetation.
remains of not just
Animals. Dead
vegetation
animals.
but animals also. Basically marine animals की हम बात करते हैं, marine organisms. For example, the organism that are in the marine habitat, in the
Yes, sir.
water body.
Aquatic
basically.
animals.
Aquatic animals की हम बात करते हैं, aquatic plants की भी हम बात करते हैं. We'd be talking about algae also. Alga,
Yes,
you
sir.
all know about alga, and we would be talking about bacteria also.
Yes, sir.
So talking about petroleum, sometimes it is called as crude oil also. इसे हम crude oil भी कहते हैं.
Yes, sir. The
Don't
oil which we cannot use in its original form.
exactly, and also don't confuse petroleum with petrol. Those are two different things. Petroleum
sir.
and petrol different है actually. Because petroleum also called as crude oil, it is in its raw form. Right now it is not processed. इसमें बहुत सारी impurities है. Thereby it is
Yes, sir.
simply not fit for use. So
Yes,
this
sir.
is a naturally occurring yellowish black liquid, and that is a mixture of so many different type of compounds. Right now, so we would
Yes, sir.
define petroleum a black yellowish liquid that is a mixture of many components, और वो components basically hydrocarbons होंगे.
Yes, sir.
Remember moments ago I did told you about hydrocarbons. So Ahmed, what are hydrocarbons? Picture of several. Yeah, Ahmed or Moaz, you guys can answer this to me. What is a hydrocarbon? Hydrocarbon क्या होता है? Hello, anyone?
Sir, can I say?
Okay, you can say it now.
Sir, the compounds which are made from the mixture of hydrogen and
Exactly. Right now. So primarily, it is taken out from the ground by drilling. Drilling के process हम इसे obtain करते हैं, right?
yes, sir.
So once we would understand the structure of an area, okay ना? वहाँ पे हम basically उस area पे हम research हम करते हैं. We would understand about its geology. Then there
Yes,
will
sir.
be oil drilling done in that area, right now. So वहाँ पे
Yes,
like
sir.
हम oil हम drill करते हैं basically. So once this crude oil is taken out from the ground, now it will be refined and it will be separated. Huh?
Yes, sir.
So it can be done easily by distillation. Okay, ना? Distillation
Yes,
के
sir.
process हम कर सकते हैं. Right now, later on, we will know like there's a mechanism involved in that we will also be studying. So when we would be doing distillation of petroleum, thereby you would be obtaining a different type of fuels out of it. For example, petrol obtain होगा हमें, diesel, kerosene, asphalt, lubricants will be obtained from it. Right now,
Yes, sir.
बहुत सारे केमिकल्स हमें पेट्रोल से ऐसे ऑब्टेन होते हैं जिनका इस्तेमाल करके हम प्लास्टिक्स मैन्युफैक्चर कर सकते हैं. राइट ना, टेक्सटाइल्स
Yes,
में
sir.
भी यूज होता है, लाइक पेंट्स में भी यूज हम करते हैं. राइट, सिंथेटिक रबर के मैन्युफैक्चर में भी पेट क्रूड ऑयल से ऑब्टेन किए जाने वाले प्रोडक्ट्स को हम यूज करते हैं. वी वुड बी यूजिंग द प्रोडक्ट्स ऑब्टेन फ्रॉम क्रूड ऑयल टू मेक फर्टिलाइजर्स आल्सो. to
Yes,
In
sir.
fact, it is used in pharmaceuticals also. फार्मास्यूटिकल्स में भी हम यूज करते हैं. फार्मास्यूटिकल इज बेसिकली मेडिसिन के बारे में हम बात कर रहे हैं.
Yes, sir.
राइट, and there are so many other products in which petrol, basically crude oil is used. Getting it now?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. Now it is estimated that each day, her दिन, all around the world, almost 100 million barrels, 100 million barrels, or let's say कि 16, it's million I think, 16 million cubic meter of petrol is used each day. Just imagine this thing कि
Yes, sir.
100 million barrels. A barrel, you might have seen a barrel photos, शायद आपने देखे होंगे. Looks
Yes, sir.
like this. Yeah, Arham, Moaz, Ahmed.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
each
sir.
day 100 million barrels are being consumed on earth. Getting it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you know that petroleum production, those countries where petroleum reserves are found, it can be an economic boom for their country. Right now, economic
Yes, sir.
development may, in the 20th century, petrol has played a very important role. Okay, give me 1 minute.
Yes, sir.
So I was saying that in the 20th century, it has played a role in economic development of so many countries, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
much so that several countries are called as oil states. बहुत सारी countries को हम oil states कहते हैं, right?
Yes, sir.
For example, अगर हम बात करते हैं अल्जीरिया की, अगर हम बात करते हैं, we talk about Qatar, we talk about Oman, we talk about Russia, we talk about Iran, we talk about Saudi Arabia, we talk about United States of America, United Arab Emirates, or like we
Yes, sir.
talk about Indonesia, we talk about Venezuela. ये कौन सी countries हैं? These are the countries that are having petrol reserves.
Yes, sir.
Getting it now? So इन्हें हम oil states भी कहते हैं. Okay ना?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, so
Sir, which
stay
is
connected.
more important, coal or petroleum?
I think petroleum is more important. अगर हम if you were to talk about the number of products we are getting from the two, then I think petrol is more important, right? Also, petrol can be used in all forms of devices, but coal cannot
Yes,
be
sir.
used everywhere, right now.
Hmm.
Also, petrol is more easy to carry from one place to another because of pipelines के जरिए से transport कर सकते हैं.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
no? So that is the thing. Now talking about the etymology of the word petroleum. Etymology क्या होता है? You might have heard of this word,
Yes, sir.
etymology. What does this one? This word
The
basically
meaning
mean?
of the words.
Meaning of the word. Very good.
Petra
Etymology
means
basically.
rocks, and oleum means
Exactly.
rocks. Yes, sir.
See, तो etymology basically क्या होता है ना? I was talking about etymology right now. Basically,
Yes,
it
sir.
is the study of कि words किस तरह से origin में आए. How the words came into existence. हाँ? उसकी
Yes,
history
sir.
क्या है किसी words की? Like you might have heard कि this is a Greek word, this is a Latin word. So basically वो etymology की बात करते हैं.
Yes,
Anyways,
sir.
come back to the concept that petroleum was derived from two words. One is the petra, another one was oil.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now petra means rock.
Yes,
Petra
sir.
means rock,
Rocks.
and oleum means what? Oil.
Oil.
Okay. So
Yes, sir.
have a
Oil
look at
from
this image.
rocks.
Exactly. Have a look at this image. So you can see that there are two type of rocks. This layer of rock, all this is a rock, and this one
Yes,
is
sir.
also a rock.
Porous and non-porous rocks.
Exactly. So there are two type of rocks, porous and non-porous. So between the two rocks, हमें oil देखने को मिलता है, right?
Yes, sir.
Now you say, sir, there's water also. So sometimes there will be water, and oil being lighter in density than water will float above the water. Oil की
Yes, sir.
density water से कम होती है, so hence it will float above the water. Now you will see like what is this gas? This gas is nothing but the
Natural gas.
natural gas. जो कुछ देर पहले हमने एक क्वेश्चन में भी देखा था. Okay ना?
Yes, sir.
हाँ. So what will happen? That see, like almost 300 to 400 million years ago, coal के production से भी पहले की हम बात कर रहे हैं. What happened? The marine plants, marine animals, they died. Okay na? So
Yes,
when they died, they were buried into the floor of the ocean. And over the time, what happened? The marine plants and animals were covered by layers of silt and sand. Silt and sand,
sir.
ये small rock particles, बहुत ही minute rock particles. So it started to deposit over the dead bodies of plants and animals. क्या हम terrestrial plants and animals की बात कर रहे हैं? Obviously no.
Yes, sir.
Obviously no. We are talking about aquatic plants and animals now.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay. Now over 100 million years of over millions of years, what happened? Now the remains were buried into deeper and deeper layers. See, here is the layer to which they have now been submerged. ठीक है. अब हम present day की बात करते हैं. So on the present day, here is the deposits of, here is the dead remains of those marine plants and animals. So now it has converted into oil and natural gas. ये oil हम basically crude oil की बात कर रहे हैं. Okay now? We are referring to crude oil. Okay. So now you would be having pretty much idea like basically how it was formed. Huh? So is there something too much technical about it? No. Obviously it's a simple thing. All right now?
Yes, sir.
So basically what happened, like when the sea organisms were dying, so their bodies started to sink to the bottom of the sea, right?
Yes, sir.
And with time they were getting covered by layers of sand and clay. Listen carefully
Yes,
to
sir.
what I'm saying because you will have to write the definition in your own language. So pay close attention to my words. Okay ना? हाँ, like it's not possible
Yes,
to
sir.
write definition of each and everything because अगर मैं लिखना शुरू करूँ, it will take too many classes to cover just one chapter. Okay ना?
Yes, sir.
So then over the millions of years, what happened was these remains were getting transferred into petrol and natural gas T2. अब वहां पर क्या हो रहा है? They are being submerged under and they are under huge pressure. ये pressure
Yes,
क्यों हो
sir.
रहा है? Because of the layers of
Salt.
sand and silt.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay ना? Actually sand and silt की बात करें तो let's say कि ये silt के particles हैं तो ये sand के particles हैं. Getting it ना? Difference
Yes, sir.
between the two. Sand के particles बड़े होते हैं silt से. Okay ना? Okay. So due to this, what happened? High pressure developed, and due to this, high temperature also developed here. So due to temperature and pressure, now they started to convert into petroleum and then into gases.
Yes,
So
sir.
when we will be digging the oil wells, जब हम oil wells dug out करते हैं, so पहले क्या हमें natural gas मिलेगा या फिर हमें पहले crude oil मिलता है?
Natural gas.
Can you explain this to me, or Moaz, why you would be getting natural gas first? क्यों हमें natural gas पहले मिलता है? Yeah. Yes.
Yes,
No.
sir.
Anything? When you will dug out the wells now, first you will be obtaining natural gas. Then you will be able to obtain crude oil. Why is it so?
Sir,
So
because
shall I
the
say?
natural.
Okay, let him complete. Then you will also answer it. Here, Moaz. First, to tell me, like अगर हम गैस की बात करते हैं और ऑयल की बात करते हैं, which is lighter in density out of the two?
Natural gas.
गैस की obviously. So
Yes.
गैस ऑयल के ऊपर होगा या फिर ऑयल के नीचे होगा?
Upper.
ऊपर होगा obviously, right now.
Yes.
और हम
Mm.
Yes, sir.
Moaz. So that is the reason it will accumulate over the oil. Okay,
Hmm.
and they will not be mixing with each other. So hope that clears the doubt. Now let's understand about the fractional distillation, basically refining of petroleum की भी हम बात करने वाले हैं. Okay ना,
Yes,
so
sir.
we have still few minutes left. Let's try to complete the chapter. So petroleum refining. So in the refining of petroleum, what we would be doing, originally you know that petroleum basically, which is a crude oil, uh, there are so many different type of hydrocarbons in it. ठीक है ना?
Yes, sir.
So many it's a mixture of so many things. इसमें
Yes, sir.
हमें पेट्रोल भी देखने को मिलेगा.
Diesel,
You will be having
lubricant,
diesel. Very good.
paraffin
Lubricants,
wax,
paraffin wax.
bitumen,
Exactly. Paraffin
kerosene
wax
and
is there.
LPG.
Good. Bitumen is there. You have kerosene. You know, you have LPG gas.
LPG.
You have LPG gas is there. So these are some of the products that are actually mixed into the petroleum. ये सब भी mixed होते हैं आपस में. So
Yes,
they
sir.
have to be separated and they have to be refined.
Hmm.
So for that purpose, no, in order to separate all these products, LPG, petrol, kerosene, diesel, lubricating oil, paraffin wax, and bitumen
Yes,
from
sir.
the crude oil, we would be doing this process that is called as
Fractional distillation.
fractional distillation. इसे हम fractional distillation कहते हैं. Fractional distillation. Distillation, I hope all of you understand what is a distillation.
Yes, sir.
Distillation is what? Basically, for example, when you do distillation of water, what do we do there? How distillation of water is done? Yeah.
So we separate its components.
हाँ, we do separate the components basically. लेकिन distillation हम किस तरह से define करते हैं? What is distillation of water? You might have heard like
So
distill
we
water.
so we heat up the like water and the components and its different components have a different boiling point and then it's separated from each other.
Look here. When we study about the process of distillation now, distillation में क्या होता है ना? Simply you have taken some water in beaker, you will be heating it. Okay, thereby it will convert into water vapor.
Yes, sir.
All right, it will be converted into water vapor, and then again if you were to condense it, वापस आपने इसे condense किया. So when you will condense it back, you will again get water.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है ना? Again you will get water. So this simple process is called as uh, condensation. So एक beaker में हमने evaporation boiling की है. Okay ना? Then we would be via some beaker with the help of something we would be doing condensation, and then we will store that condensed water in another beaker or in a flask. So that
Yes, sir.
simple process is called a distillation now. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Distillation, decantation, sublimation, these are simple things, simple terms you guys should be already aware of. So look here, how fractional distillation is basically being done here. So you can see over here that oil is being here heated in a furnace, right? And now it is being sent into this chamber. अब इस chamber में क्या हो रहा है ना? See, there are different temperatures. Okay ना? Like अगर हम बात करते हैं for example fuel oil की, diesel, kerosene, petrol and butane and propane, you can see that adjacent to them different temperatures are written like this, 200 degrees Celsius, 300 degrees Celsius, 370 degrees Celsius. Yeah. So what does it shows? And also look at the constituent at the bottom of this chamber. Huh? So in the bottom of the chamber, we get to see that those constituents that are heated to the maximum temperature here, for example, 400 degrees Celsius, that will come out via this hole, via this pipe. Those are so which substance will come out? That will be lubricating oil, paraffin wax, and asphalt. Right now, then also in another pipe, you will be obtaining fuel oil that will be heated to 370 degrees Celsius, and so on. You will be heating those components that would be heated to 300 degrees Celsius will come out of via this pipe, that will be diesel. So like that, you will be having several components coming out via different pipes. Okay, now also you know that what will happen now? They will start to evaporate also, right? They will start to evaporate also. As they are heated more and more, they will start to evaporate. And as they goes up, their temperature will reduce. Yeah, just like rainfall takes place. Hot vapors of water will be rising up high in the air, and their temperature starts to drop in the higher levels of the atmosphere. The temperature of the water vapor starts to develop, and condensation takes place there. So, somewhat similar to that here also, as the vapors here will be evaporating, it will be going higher up, and higher up, and via the different holes it will be coming out. Getting it, guys? Yes,
Yes,
Moz,
sir.
Arham.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now. Uh, okay, so we have basically covered about this thing, but still there are some few questions related to petroleum. So that we'll be doing in the next class. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so do revise whatever we have discussed in the next class.